Hello everyone, this is a video about how to do research for academic writing. So the first advice I would give you is prepare your map, a question list. Because to do academic writing is somehow like to be on an adventure that you're going to be easily lost in a lot of information you have. So if this is the first time you do an academic writing, I would say definitely start with writing down a few questions that you find relevant with your researching topic. For example, this year in law, the first question from the John Locke Institute website is, would justice be better served in the United States if more Supreme Court judges were women? And the first question I want to do research about is actually this question itself. But you cannot just copy-paste this whole question to Google because it's way too long for Google to give you as many results that are relevant as possible. So I simplify this question into 4 keywords. Female judges, more justice. And after research these 4 keywords, I indeed get a lot of articles that is relevant with my topic. And the second question I have here is how to define justice, because I believe justice is such a keyword in this question that we definitely need to explain in the first part of our essay. So I wrote down it here. The third question is, do female judges judge differently than male judges? I actually have this question here because I found a lot of articles that showing to me from the first question I type here is talking about the gender differences when it comes to judges. And therefore, I find explaining this in my essay might be helpful for me to answer this topic. The final notice I have here is you can extend this question list during researching and reading phase. For example, like the third question I have here is an extension that I got after I did a few research for the first question here. Okay, now let's move on to the next part, where to find information. So there are 3 places that I help my students to find information that is useful for their writing. The first place is Google. Everybody knows, so I'm not going to introduce too much about it. The second place, however, is really important and really efficient when it comes to academic writing, which is JSTOR. JSTOR is an online library. You can find a lot of credible and reliable essay, which is going to be great source of citations. And it's way better than Google when it comes to academic writing, because for Google, you can get a lot of different kinds of results. Some are articles from a blogger, some are articles from a professor, some are articles from random website that you don't know whether this information are reliable or not. But in JSTOR, you can actually find a lot of paper and essay that you have the information of the writer. They're usually like professors or scholars or institutes. Anyway, the information you can find in JSTOR is going to be more professional, more academic. Therefore, in academic writing, JSTOR is a better source of information than Google. The third source here is Google Scholar. Google Scholar is also good. It's like an academic version of Google, but it's still a searching engine. My problem with Google Scholar is I don't have all access to all of those articles it is showing to me. It often just redirect me from Google Scholar to another database. So I usually just use JSTOR only because if I buy JSTOR, the monthly pass, then I have access to all of the articles. So might as well just buy one. Like Google Scholar, it doesn't give you access to all of the article it's shown to you. All right, the third part is always take reading notes. What do I mean by taking reading notes? I mean, when you read all of those articles, you should keep a record of what you read. Like my format for taking the reading notes is original text plus a relevance explanation. Like, for example, my student is taking some reading notes for this question, can happiness be measured? And my advice is copy-paste the original text from this article, and then he explained what is the relevance between this text and this question. So that is how you take a reading note. And in this way, you will have a file collecting all of those useful text you find in different articles, and this can be really helpful in the future when you want to write down an outline, when you want to structure your whole essay. Number 4 is understand your goals. In different stages of research, there are different goals. Like in the first phase of your research, you are researching for writing your outline. That's the whole goal for your research in this phase. You don't need to research for any specific topic or spending too much time on reading one thing. In this phase, you only need to read as broad, as wide topics as possible. So don't spend too much time on researching one thing or reading one very detailed topic. The second phase is researching for writing. So in this phase, since you already finished drafting your outline, you need to read to write. So you would do a lot of targeted research. Like, for example, in the introduction part of an essay, you would give definition for some keywords of the topic, right? And then you would do the targeted research for those definition. Therefore, you are doing this research for writing. You might directly cite a lot of those words from the articles you found. Therefore, there are different goals. Alright, that's pretty much about how to do research for academic writing. And I hope this video is helpful for you. And if you are interested in how to structure a 2000 John Locke essay, please subscribe to my channel because this is my next topic for my video. Thank you for watching.